The Libyan Prime Minister accuses foreign powers of stoking violence in his country. This during an exclusive interview to RT Arabic. Almost 2 million questions on foreign and domestic policy flood in from across Russia for President Putin's nationwide phone-in, which starts in 1 hour. Also,
minimum wage just doesn't cut it. It's either rent or food, and that's wrong.
thousands of workers demand a higher minimum wage in a protest movement that's sweeping across 200 American cities. Your World News, live from Moscow. This is RT International with me, Rory Souchet. From all of us here, welcome. International peace talks for Libya have resumed in Morocco, aimed at establishing a unity government. The UN-brokered negotiations come at a time of deep chaos in Libya, where armed groups are battling for control. And the country is split between two governments. The internationally recognized leadership is based in the northeast city of Tobruk. In July, it was pushed out of the capital, Tripoli, by Islamist groups who have since declared themselves the sole legitimate government. And fighting between militia groups has been ongoing since the 2011 civil war and, of course, the NATO intervention. That saw the former leader, Colonel Gaddafi, forced from power and killed in the streets. At the time, the West hailed the intervention as a resounding victory.
We came, we saw, he died.
However, the internationally recognized Libyan Prime Minister is now accusing world powers of leaving his country at the mercy of warring clans. He spoke exclusively to our sister channel, RT Arabic.
After the fall of the regime, it's necessary to create government institutions, to train staff, to restore army and security forces. We continue to repeat, the international community has neglected its responsibility. The current chaos in Libya, the ongoing bloodshed, terror groups, this all is the result of the international community refusing to accomplish its role in building a new Libyan society. And that's why it is fully responsible for what's happening in our country.
And we also heard from Abayomi Azakiwi, the editor of the Pan-African Newswire. He thinks the Western intervention in Libya has had a destabilizing influence on the entire region.
Through a process of massive bombings, naval blockade, worldwide anti-Gaddafi propaganda, and consequently, we have the situation right now in Libya where it's not even easy to determine where the effective authority is inside the country. The West has created a regional effort to destabilize North Africa and the Arab world. And as a result of this, there will be no peace, no stability in that region until the people themselves come together and decide that enough is enough. The economy is suffering tremendously. People are leaving the country.
It is Liberation Day in Libya. The transitional government is declaring the country free.
You have won a revolution.
Your friends in Britain and in France will stand with you as you build your democracy.
Democracy, a new future for this country.
The great new Libya rising up.
New page for the Libyan people, the start of a process to establish democracy.
Libya is in for a period of horrendous chaos.
It's going to be an ineffective, powerless regime.
It's going to be a war, warring feuds, tribal feuds that is going to go on forever.
The deteriorating situation in Libya.
Today we see the conflict happening again in Tripoli.
It's difficult to see a path out of this chaos.
Egyptian warplanes have struck ISIS targets in Libya.
This is RT International.